Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Tour de France 2020 Pro Team Career Mode. And today it is time for episode 6 of Season 2 and the start of the last tournament of the year, the last tour, and that is the Open Tour. If you're going to enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts as well, and of course subscribe for regular Tour de France 2020 content on a Tuesday, Thursday and on a Saturday of course at 6 PM. Now just a quick look back at the Euro Tour. We had quite high hopes going into this, but those two cobblestone stages really restricted what we could do. We were way down in the general classification. We did manage to come out with something though. We came out with the polka dot jersey. We finished 4th in the points classification. We got 2 riders in the top 6, so I was happy with that. But in the team classification, as you can visibly see, we didn't have a good time of it, only being in 19th place. So if you look at the pro cycling rankings, not too bothered about the individuals at this stage because as you can see, we've only one tour left of the season. Medeiros isn't really going to rise too much. We could do with being 18th by the end of the year to qualify for more of the events next year. And we're going to have a jolly well good Open Tour to be able to do that. We're 121 points behind the CTC Pro Team. We're really aiming to be on something along the lines of about 400 points really to secure our place in those next tours. But I guess we'll give it our best in this next tour, the Open Tour, and that's about all we can do. So, here we go for the Open Tour. Luckily no cobblestone stage. We're going to do stages 1 to 3 today because they're all quite basic, standard flat stages, and then we'll do the 2 mountain stages at the end of the Open Tour in 2 separate episodes. So we're going to alter our team before the start of the race. Ben Swift, I don't know why he's not in there, so we're going to get Ben Swift in there. Williams, again, he's not the best. We're just going to try and put our best guys in there. So that is Medeiros, Quintana, Swift, McLay, who's got good potential, but he hasn't really shown it just yet. Affini and Bierge are our 6 riders for this Open Tour. So, let's get cracking.
Hi guys, welcome to the briefing for this first stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbours no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. We don't have what it takes to be in the final sprint. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to be in the early breakaway. Have a good stage.
Hello everyone. If the start of the stage is conducive to an early breakaway, the finish, on the other hand, is perfect terrain for the sprinters and their teams who will do their utmost to set up a mass sprint.
Right then folks, hello and welcome to the final tour of the season. This is the Open Tour and the first stage is relatively short. The first 3 stages are flat stages, so not the most action in today's episode, but we can certainly make a good start to this Open Tour. As I've said, quite a short stage this one, and there's 2 objectives: to finish in the top 25 of the stage with both Ben Swift and with McLaren. Now, really what we'd like to do is win the stage. Of course, we can get some more points towards the pro cycling rankings. And we're also going to try and go in an early breakaway, if there is one, with Valentin Medeiros. I always keep calling him Victor Medeiros, but it is Valentin Medeiros. With Valentin Medeiros and with Mikel Bierge, just to try and pick up those early mountain points, try and pick up the polka dot jersey. There's 3 points and off, so not like just the singular 1 point that you'd expect sometimes. No particular early boost, so we're going to be the first one to go here with Valentin Medeiros. And I have told Mikel Bierge to attack, so whether he'll join us, we'll have to see. Looks lovely though, as it does. I don't know where we are particularly. What's the Flagnac to Montauban? Not a clue, but it looks lovely. The scenery does, looks really nice. Pleasant, very pleasant to ride. Looks like a good day. There's only 2 of us in the breakaway, but that should help, I suppose. We've got a 30-second gap to the peloton. And as you can see, that first climb comes very, very early on. Bierge is attacking now, but I think it's a little bit too little too late. I will tell him to follow attacks, though. And we'll just keep putting a good amount of pace in. Try and gap the peloton. Try and force them just to think, we'll let them go. And I think that's exactly what's happened. And we should be good to get this first climb. Well, the other guy in the breakaway couldn't be bothered, clearly. But the peloton is setting a good pace. But as you can see, they are too far behind to threaten us on this climb. We're going to get the first point of this Open Tour. A fairly easy climb, a 4th class climb. There's 3 points available in the climbs today. And this is the first of those 3. So, good point there. Can't complain. We might not be able to retain the gap until the next climb, which is coming quite quickly. But as you can see, we've got a feed right after that climb. So we can put a good turn of pace in here. It doesn't really matter. It's not going to affect Valentin's race because we will have a whole feed to use. But all systems go, really. If we can get 3 points on these first 2 climbs, we'll be very happy. It would be nice, actually, thinking about it, to try and get somebody else to try and get a point for us as well, just to make sure we take all of the points, stop anybody else taking any points. But we'll think of a strategy to do that, and I'll let you guys know when we get there. Well, it looks like we've got it covered with Valentin. There's no need to ride on board with him. But we have got a good gap to the peloton with Dea Quintana. So this is looking good for us to take some points. There's about half kilometre to go. We won't take any risks unnecessarily. But Medusa is definitely going to get those points. Very happy with him. And then we'll just get him to come back up to the pack. But that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted to get the full amount of points from the first two climbs. That's what Medusa has done. And it's a TIJ special with two of our guys in the points. So we'll just tell Quintana to wait for the next group. Again, there's a sprint coming up. We might as well just chill. We can use all of our feed at this point because we know that there is a feed coming up. So no risk of running out of energy as such later on. But looks good for us. And I'll see you guys when we get to the sprint. We'll be trying to get maximum points there with Ben Swift. So here we are for the first of two sprints today. No breakaway, so that's good. We know that somebody in the peloton's going to get the full 20 points, and hopefully it should be Ben Swift. Set up a good total. Set up a good start for this green jersey for the points classification. We've told our guys to go decently on the relay, so we'll see if they're anywhere near us. There's certainly a few guys I can see there. I can certainly see McLeay doing well. Happy with that. And we might as well get them to set tempo of 110%. Again, we've got plenty of energy. It'd be silly not to. We've got a bit of a downhill section, so we'll just get some power down with Ben Swift. He is one of the best sprinters of the game. Right, and we've got nearly a kilometre to go, so we'll tell Medusa, Quintana and McLeay to attack, but Affini just to set a tempo of 100%. We don't really want to burn those guys out because we know they can get burned out very easily. But round the corner, this is good stuff from Ben Swift. Good management of energy as well. Have a bit of that. Lovely. 20 points. Excellent. McLeay got himself 9. Any more for anybody else? Alright, McLeay, calm down. Medusa's got 4. Quintana 3. Don't think the other two would have got any. I can't complain at that. Absolutely fine. And now, really, it's just a case of waiting until the end of the stage. But we're certainly making the most of this, so we can be very happy with what we've done so far. And I think if there's a breakaway, we're not going to be tempted to join it because ultimately it's just going to use too much of our energy. And it looks like it's going to be a mass sprint anyway, so I can't see there being a breakaway that's going to cause too much trouble. Just send a shot in that breakaway. And again, I think that'll be caught up before the end of the stage, so no need to worry. So as predicted, it's going to be a mass sprint here. There was a breakaway that had about a 2-minute gap, but about 10 kilometres ago we did catch up quite easily. But two things on offer here. 50 big points for the points classification, and of course some good points for the pro cycling rankings if we can indeed win the stage. Looking at our sprinting credentials earlier on, we weren't too bad there at all. So very pleased to see. We have got a full feed left with our guys, but realistically everybody else has as well, so not too bothered. We're going to get McLeay to put some good pen tempo in on the... In fact, can we tell our guys to get ready for the sprint this time, or is that just something that... No, it's strange. Some of these... Sometimes you can have an option which gets you ready for the sprint. For some reason, though, today, it's not particularly playing ball. Yeah, I think we'll just go with McLeay and Swift. The other guys are in quite poor condition, actually. So, even though it's just a flat stage, don't want to overexert them. At the end of the day, McLeay and Swift are our two sprinters. So we've got to go for it with those two guys. Got a full feed left with everyone, so we'll use that in a little while. We'll just try and set some good pace up the front. Again, not using too much of our energy. These last top 10 kilometres always go very quickly. As you can see, we're nearly through half of them already, and just up that road there, and it'll be, probably by the time I finish this sentence, we will be at the 5 kilometre line. So we'll start to use some of our feed. We'll say the same for everybody else, even though there's a lot of energy that everyone's got. Again, there's no point wasting that feed, is there? So we'll use that blue feed. We shouldn't need that red gel, but well, it's certainly worth keeping if we require it. A good amount of energy here. Actually, got quite a nice lead here on the rest of the peloton. That could be quite useful. Very useful, actually. Yeah, that's all okay. All above board. But this could be a great stage if we win. That gap has been brought down. No surprise there. But crucially, the front guys are here. Everyone's just trying to put in a bit of pace, which is fair enough. Again, we are 3 kilometres away. Remember, there's McLeay just there. So he's looking good. If we don't win the stage, then at least McClay will. Hopefully. But a good turn of pace being put in here by everyone, actually. We'll tell McClay to attack. The rest of the guys just to hold on behind.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration.
McClay is going to put in a big acceleration, though. And here we go. There's the final kilometre. Can we win the stage? We haven't really got that much red gel left. We have got the red gel even, but we haven't got the energy. That's annoying. Come on, Swifty! Oh, no! We just went a little bit early. And the problem is, of course, you have to use that red gel when you're running out of energy. You only have so much energy, and you have to use that red gel to regenerate. It's not like you can build up a surplus of energy, but that's just the way it goes. A bit of a shame we missed out on that stage win. Would have been nice for the pro cycling rankings, but that's just the way it goes. Can't do too much about it. You can't win them all, but I'd say we've definitely, probably, at least, still got the green jersey. I suppose it depends how many points there is for wherever we finish. Surely about 6th or 7th, I suppose. But not the stage win for us. Points classification, it's not us, but at least we're up there. Medua's with that polka dot jersey, and it's looking pretty good. I am going to skip over what the sports director says, because again, these first 3 flat stages don't really mean too much. Just making the most of the opportunities we can get. Let's just see how the classifications look. So Swift finished 5th. Can't argue with that too much. So best climber, as you know, is as it was. And Swift is 3rd with 36 points. Quite happy with that. Did we get any points in the pro cycling rankings? I don't think so. Oh, we got 8 points. Well, better than nothing. And it's certainly 4 more points than the team in 18th. Again, you've got to look on the bright side. And looks like we're going to recover pretty well. Yep, again, for another flat stage. Let's see if we can try and make the most of this again. Again, the negative point really was that we didn't win the stage, but everything else was absolutely fine there.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. In the absence of any notable difficulty, we can assume that the sprinters' teams will take control of the race to set up a bunched finish. Which of the sprinters will seize his chance to succeed Marcel Kittel, winner in Po in 2017?
Don't worry, I didn't skip the briefing because I made a mistake. I did mean to do that, but there was no point really listening to the briefing, particularly on these flat stages. Not really much going on. There's 3 points available again on the climbs, 3 separate climbs though this time rather than the 2 before it. But it's fairly similar to the last stage. 2 sprints, as you can see, a very much flat stage. Only a few kinks where the 4th class climbs are. We're going to stay nice and cosy inside the peloton today. We might lose a point perhaps in that 4th class climb. But for Meduas, who we're going for the best climber classification, we want to use keep all of his energy, if you like, for later on in the Open Tour. I guess we can tell Bierge to be a part of that breakaway, just in case something unexpected happens. You know, we might as well get a body in there. It's not going to hurt. At the end of the day, it'll only be wound up at the end of the stage, should it not work for us and the breakaway win. But it's very doubtful they will. I guess we're just going to try and keep the 2 guys ahead from scoring any points in those polka dot jersey places with the 4th class climbs. But again, pretty uninteresting stage to be quite honest. Just getting into the Open Tour. The 2 mountainous stages where it's going to get interesting. And I will see you guys at the first climb. Well, we couldn't sustain a breakaway with Bierge, but there is now a separate breakaway, so we're not going to be able to get any points on this first climb. I'm not going to lose much sleep over this one, to be quite honest. There are going to be many more chances later on for points. Only the top guy scores points, so it's going to be impossible to get any points on this first climb. Let's see who it is. It is, yeah, not going to try and pronounce that one. But all looking okay, all got plenty of energy, and it looks like that breakaway, I mean, it's got a 3-minute gap. That is quite unbelievable. But they're going to get some good points in the sprint. Obviously, it's not all just down to the first 3, though, in the sprints. So we're going to switch our energy to Ben Swift and hopefully get as many points as possible in this next sprint. None of the guys at the front, though, real threats for the points classification. So here's the first of 2 sprints today. As we said before, the 3 guys inside that breakaway and get maximum points. Not really going to lose much sleep over that one either, to be quite honest. Only 5 kilometres away from the next climb, interestingly, as well. So that's something to take into account. We've told... Oh, for goodness sake, that might lose us it now. Just... oh, we've lost really valuable time there, just going into the menu. But oh well, got a kilometre to go here. Can we get as many points as possible with Ben Swift? Come on, son. Throw the bike over the line. Ah, it's only 7th. That's annoying. We lose some ground on the chap at the top of the points classification as well. But oh well, again, you can't win them all. Doesn't look like McLeod got any points there, which is a bit disappointing. We're going to go back to Meduas though now because... Oh no, of course, that climb doesn't matter, does it? Because the guys at the front are going to get those points anyway. So, you know, just really, to be honest today, just focusing on the sprints. I guess if the breakaway doesn't last, then there's a chance on that last climb. But again, not really much to do. Not much in our power to do. And I think it's clever on these stages. I mean, we took 3 points last time out in the climbing classifications. And the 3 guys at the front don't look like mountainous riders particularly. And I think we can trump them on the last 2 stages. So not too fussed about that. So again, as we come up to this last climb, I mean, there's a possibility we could catch up, I guess. We might as well try and go for it. It's only just up the road. This one guy. Only 1 point available. It's going to be pretty tricky. Can't see it, but I guess it's worth going for. Can get the energy back quite easily if not. Might just be a little bit too little too late though with this. Unless the guy at the front really starts to struggle now. We're running out of red gel anyway, so... I don't think we'll be able to get the point here unless he blows up before the top, I suppose. He looks like he could though. Looks like he could. Look at this. Well, here we go. It's all for the taking. Although that was a bit stupid. Come on, Meduas. Well, there you go. That's something we didn't think we'd get today. Got another point in the polka dot jersey. Very happy with that. And we'll take a quick break. I mean, amazing how these guys have lost all their energy. But again, just ensure minimum tempo. Just follow. Don't overtire. Should be okay to regain that back as we come back down here. But again, I'll see you guys for the final sprint, the last 10 kilometres. So, here we are for the mass sprint today. It is the only mass sprint because, of course, the 3 guys in the breakaway managed to get some ground before. Well, Mikel Bierge, amazing really. He just hasn't got the stamina, clearly, to keep up. And he's out of the peloton. Not going to lose sleep over him, though. See, that's the new catchphrase. Not caught napping. Not going to lose sleep over it. Nice wide road, though, here to gain some ground. That's nice to see. Don't really want to make the same mistakes as we made in the last one, though. We went a little bit too early. And perhaps we could do using a little bit of our red gel. So 5Ks to go. We'll tell everyone to use their blue feed. Mikel's already used his, so again, don't really have to do too much for him. But a big amount of points available, isn't it? 50 points. There are probably better sprinters than us, but we just have to time things right. And we'll certainly have a chance. Again, get nicely placed with McLeod. Would like for him to do a little bit better this time round, but if he doesn't, well, he doesn't. Ben Swift is our main focus. And we'll also consume more. I mean, as you can see, there's only a certain amount of red feed that it's pointless. There's any point consuming, but again, we might as well just consume it with the other guys. Might as well just try and put some pace in early on. Then we can use all that feed to good effect, but as you can see, everyone else has taken the bait almost and gone for it annoyingly. But hopefully we can use this before the final kilometre. Ah, no, we've been cut. Oh, it's happened again. Well, this is annoying. And we're not going to have the energy if you look coming to the line. We might do, though. Come on! We've got a good gap. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. Brilliant. We win the stage. Thought it wouldn't be enough there, but very happy with that. We win the stage. 50 points for the points classification. And some nice tidy points for the Pro Cycling rankings. So that's good stuff. Really pleased with that one. Again, we'll skip past the podium. Just have a look what points we've got and then move on to the next stage. So I realised for time today that we can't go on too long. I mean, these are just flat stage, so don't awfully mean that much. But good stage win for Swift. Also takes the yellow jersey and the green jersey. We've got the polka dot jersey. And that's certainly not bad. Can't complain at that whatsoever. Unfortunately, no, not the full gallery. With the Bahrain McLaren team having the young rider jersey. But oh well. These things happen. Obviously, with it being a bunched peloton, it's just a lottery who has that jersey.
Congratulations for this win.
But great stuff. Nobody else seemed to... Oh, wow.
This is an
How on earth did that happen?
You beat all the favorites.
I don't know how that happened. How the hell did they finish that far back?
Perfect day.
Well, that's a shocker. Not happy with that at all. I mean, in what should be a bunched peloton, nobody else... Oh, that's annoying. I mean, they all had energy, which confuses me a little bit. That's annoying, because that's a long way back now for the likes of Meduas. Puts all the pressure on them in the mountain stages. That's annoying. Oh well. 17 more points for the classifications. We're getting there. We're nearly within 100 points, that CTC Pro team. And hopefully we can get within that 100 points on the final stage of today's video.
Hello and welcome to all. The last finish in Toulouse in 2008 crowned a pure sprinter, Mark Cavendish. Given today's profile, there's more than a good chance of seeing a sprinter raise his arms once again in the Pink City.
I'll tell you something. I don't know where we are. I know we're going to Toulouse. We're in Albi. Not Aldi, clearly. But it looks... Well, I wouldn't say it looks horrible, but that first stage, it was a beautiful day. This is a lot more... actually, it's not too bad. It just looked... It was behind us where the dark clouds were, but I'm not going to try and be a weatherman. What's the point of that? But a few objectives to today's stage then. As you can see, quite a easy one. 4 points available though on the climbs today. 2 sprints again, much like the last 2 stages. We want to retain the lead of the classifications. That's fairly obvious. And also we want to finish in the top 25 McClay. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep everybody in comfortably in the peloton. We're going to go with Mikel Bierge again. And just try and get some points in those first few climbs. Just try and take any points off anybody in these first few climbs. And really, that's all we need to do today. Points classification comes a bit later in terms of the sprints. So, again, just keep it tidy inside the peloton. And with Mikel Bierge, we'll try and get a breakaway. It's not worked before. It probably won't work again today. But we'll certainly give it our best. Well, it's not going to happen in this first climb. Again, we tried a few breakaways, didn't work, and rather annoyingly, the one that did work, we're not a part of. Fellini's interesting. He's a guy who we've heard of. He didn't actually get any points in the last stage. I thought he did. Might have got a point. I know he's in that first group, certainly, but no points available for us. It's a different guy anyway who gets the points, so absolutely not worrying about that. We've got our feed fairly soon after this. Is another climb to come, so if we can catch the breakaway before then, we'll try and get another point with Meduas. But we've got the yellow jersey, the green jersey, and the polka dot jersey. And unless something disastrous happens, particularly for the polka dot jersey, I don't think we're going to lose it today. So for the second time, we've got another climb. Let's have a look who's going to take the points in this one. Somebody different again, Seneshat again. If they keep splitting the points between them, then I've got no concerns. It's a beautiful outlook, by the way, up these mountains. Really nice. With all the fans coming to say hello for the open tour. It's a big gap, you know, at the moment between the peloton and the guys at the front. But again, I'm not too concerned at all. We should catch them up later on. We're going to have a look at that first sprint as our first target to do something. With Ben Swift, fingers crossed. And I'll see you guys when we get there. Well, the breakaway of 4 has gone down to a breakaway of 2. Well, that's music to my ears. Very happy with that. We're just going to sit back a little bit this time. We've been a bit guilty of going a little bit too much. I think it's that's Affini at the front. So we'll follow him. He's doing some good stuff on the relay. Not trying to use too much energy with Ben Swift, because I think that is potentially somewhere where we've had a downfall. But only 2 guys in that breakaway. I don't think we'll catch them, but you never know if one of them blow up or something like that, perhaps. And now put some pace in with Ben Swift. We are, of course, the green jersey holder at the moment. Every point counts. Being shoved out is not appreciated, though, like that. We'll tell McClay to attack. We know... oh, McClay's just by us. That's okay, then. We'll tell him to attack, as well as Affini. We've got about 1 kilometre to go. And we're going to leave it till 0.9 this time to go. And then we can really put a good bit of pace in. Get everyone out the way, and that strategy seems to work. Seems to have worked beautifully. And it's 15 points for Ben Swift. Excellent. Excellent. Right, I think McLeod would have got some points. Yes, he did. 7 points for him. Probably no points for anybody else. Affini was the guy who we had to sacrifice there, but again, absolutely okay with that. But some good points there. 15 points. Very good stuff. 2 climbs to go today. We're not going to be too bothered about those. Unless, I guess we get the chance and we'll go for it as a bit of an impulse decision. But again, looking good at the moment. This is good stuff. So here we are for the penultimate climb of the day. There is one guy out at the front, but we're going to try and catch him for Meduas. Again, every point counts. I know that we said that we're not going to lose sleep over 1 point, but we got the point before when, if you remember, in the last stage, when the gap seemed a little bit too large. It looks like it's probably going to be a little bit too large, but we'll still try and put some good pace in. You never know, it might blow up. You've got to be there to win it. As Max Verstappen learned to his horror in the British Grand Prix at the weekend. What's the equivalent of a pit stop in cycling? No idea. But it looks like De Klerk. There you go, it's close to Charles Leclerc. Looks like De Klerk is going to win that climb. Interesting Russian flag, why not? But a point for him. Again, there's 1 point left of the climb today. I've just heard, there we go. We can't lose the polka dot jersey. That's music to my ears. 1 point available now, so I'm just going to ride at a decent pace. Only 25 kilometres to go. A point available in the climbs, but really we're going to look and try and make the most of the final sprint, which is most likely to be a mass sprint. I've not helped myself out there. We were right at the front, and we caught the guy that declerked in the breakaway. And we were right at the front, and somehow managed to hit the wall. So we're going to have to make a bit of ground up now. We were in a really nice place, but this isn't too brilliant. But if we can get a point here, we're going to bloody go for it. Trouble is, got a lot more ground to make up this time. I mean, where's the room? Going to struggle to get a point here now. Unless nobody goes for it, I suppose. Going to just try and force our way down the left-hand side. But using all this energy to do so might be a problem. But that being said, it's not worked out too badly. Going to lose our energy, though, as we get to the top, I think. But are we going to get the point? There we go. We still get the point. Excellent.
That's good. Keep it up. You're strengthening your hold on the polka dot jersey.
So, once again, much like the last few stages, don't want to set in high tempo, just a minimum tempo. Much like the last few stages, we're going to put our focus into Ben Swift and try and win the mass sprint. So here we go, yet another mass sprint. We're a little bit too far forward, though, at this point. We don't really want to be at the front. But we are, so not setting too much pace. That's absolutely fine. We will consume our feed shortly. Lovely background. I never really appreciate the lovely settings that we see in these stages, but really nice. Country of France, going to Toulouse. So, 6 kilometres to go. Quickly will turn into 5. I just hope our guys do decently this time. I guess we can tell McLeod to put some energy in. I think apart from having that high tempo, I don't think there's anything else you can do to gain space, unless you obviously ride on board with them. But you can't ride on board with multiple riders at one time. This is interesting though. There's actually a bit of a climb, as you can see. Quite a steep incline, really. Sort of what you would expect on a 4th or even 3rd class climb. Nearly 6% incline here, so this will sort the men from the boys. But I think we're going to come back down now, aren't we? So that's going to be pretty crucial. Putting a good turn of pace here, I think. It's a good idea. Just to try and split everyone up. Quintana's there. Well, Quintana, well, we might as well tell him to attack if he's there. It's encouraging to see. Just use a little bit of that feed at this point. Tell everyone else to take their red gel as well. We'll tell McLeod to attack. Quintana looked pretty well up, and we might as well tell Meduas to attack as well. Why not? It's not going to hurt. Those guys in decent condition, so I'm happy with that. Right, oh, can we do it this time? Again, we'll go a little bit later, 0.9 kilometres. Let's go. Come on, Swifty. Oh, there's a few more challenges this time. It's not going to be so easy. Come on, son. Lovely. We win the stage again. Brilliant. Outstanding stuff. Can't complain at that. So 2 stage wins today. Another 50 points for the points classification. And it is looking very nice for us at this point. Let's have a look at the podium though this time. Well, he is all smiles because we retain the yellow jersey going into those mountain stages. I do fear for someone like Medeiros though being... I mean, how did we get 50 seconds behind with him? I don't know. A lot to make up on those mountainous stages. He can do it though. We know that that's happened before. Great stage win. Yellow jersey, green jersey, polka dot to Medeiros. And because Medeiros isn't doing awfully well in the times, it's the Bahrain McLaren rider who has the white jersey. Should be some good sentiments though from the sports director, but we've heard them all before. We don't need to hear them again. Just a good episode, a solid episode, certainly a lot better than last time out. I think we can all agree on that one. But good stuff, really happy with this. Again, our guys seem to finish a long way back. Don't particularly know why, but they're finishing the same second. That's absolutely fine. Ben Swift, a 10-second gap on the rest. That's certainly going to help. I suppose 44 seconds Medeiros is behind the majority, so pretty happy with that. Good lead in the climbing classification. Points classification, that's a brilliant lead Swift's got. Excellent stuff. And this is looking good for us. We climb a place in the Pro Cycling Rankings. 19 points there. We are within 100 of the CTC Pro Team. I don't think we'll do it, but we've got a chance. We've gained some good ground today. What's that? 94 points behind. So we've certainly got a chance. Certainly got a chance. It looks like our rider's going to recover pretty well for the next stage. And I'll just show you a sneak peek of what to expect on the next episode. And that is going to be this stage. Not too bad really until that last climb. Quite a short stage though, so that's okay. That goes in our favour. But a highest class climb at the end, that is going to be big and one that we're going to target with Valentin Medeiros. But if you enjoyed that, folks, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below, comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe. Regular Tour de France content on a Tuesday, Thursday, and on a Saturday at 6 PM. But apart from that, thank you for your company, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Goodbye for now.